profusely within no time. So I'm just reaching office and a friend calls up from Hong Kong. And he's a diamond merchant. So he has his own diamond business in Hong Kong. And he's saying, time kharab chal raha hai, काम उतना नहीं है, पैसा उतना नहीं कमा रहे, etc., etc., etc. And then I say, okay, I want to get to the office quickly. So I said, acha, again. And she says, my wife has this idea of doing something of her own. बोला अच्छा है, करो. And Vachan to the rescue. Thank you, Vachan. So he says my wife has an idea. She wants to sell baby clothes online. And I said, very good. Sell baby clothes online. People will pay for the baby clothes. They love their babies. And he said, अच्छा लेकिन कैसे करें? How should I get started? And I said, oh, of course, use WooCommerce. Right? WooCommerce is the #1 e-commerce platform on the web today. Use WooCommerce. So they started, putting stuff online, and so essentially what they did was they would source all these clothes from anywhere, Thailand or anywhere else, China, and then they would put it up online. So they're not manufacturing; they're just like putting it up online and selling it, promoting it. Time passed, and I basically forgot about the whole thing. And last month I got another call from this guy, same guy. And he's telling me about the business that they're doing. And I'm like, acha kaise chal raha hai, how is your wife's business doing and all. He's like, arey bahut, selling baby clothes online. And he's like, my diamond business is zyada acha business hai, so I'm actually putting more time here than my diamond business. But guys, that's the power of e-commerce. You have a good product, you put it up online, you promote it well, target your customers, and you can have a lot of money. And that's the reason why WooCommerce has become so successful. It's not just 37%, it's actually 39% of websites that use WooCommerce. All the websites that are using e-commerce, 39% of them are using WooCommerce. So, let's just... So let's see. I'll go ahead and start talking, and then we'll see whenever the project comes up. So WooCommerce is essentially WordPress plus e-commerce. Simple, right? So WooCommerce is WordPress plus e-commerce, and we got to bear in mind that it's WordPress and then e-commerce. So WordPress gives you a lot of things out of the box. Great content management system, a great community, tons of plugins, and a whole lot of other things WordPress gives you out of the box. And WooCommerce simply adds e-commerce to that. So at this point of time, I want to do an audience profile. So how many of you have used WooCommerce already? How many of you have used WooCommerce? Okay, very nice. How many of you who have not used WooCommerce, but you know about it fairly well, you know what it is and how it works? Okay, very good. And people who are like very new to WooCommerce, people who don't know about WooCommerce or e-commerce online. All right. So we still, So let's cover some basics of e-commerce, WooCommerce online, and then we can go forward. So I had a picture up here. I hope we can get the picture up. No? Okay. So imagine WordPress is a flower pot. A flower pot, gamla. So WordPress is a flower pot. It provides you the base. It provides you that fertile soil. You put a seed of something in it and it will grow. Okay. And WooCommerce is the stem. So WooCommerce उसका पूरा stem है जो उसमें से निकला हुआ है. You planted the seed of e-commerce and WooCommerce is the stem. I'm giving you an analogy, okay? All the themes that you have on top of WordPress are like branches. Okay, so you have different branches, these are different themes. And all the plugins on that are all the leaves that you have. So imagine, this whole it's a living system. More and more plugins come up every day, more themes come up every day, okay? And this plant grows and grows and becomes a big tree, okay? And you have tons of people who are supporting you if you're working on WooCommerce. So, there are people who are like, watering it, tendering to it, and so on and so forth. So, it's a big ecosystem, so to say. And that's where the power lies. WooCommerce became so successful because it was not just a plugin, but it was an ecosystem. It lets you create anything that you want to create on top of that core system. And that's the power of WordPress too. Okay. Hari mentioned, that WooCommerce has these extensions, plugins that people put up and then they sell online. That's our core business. Okay, so we sustain our team selling WooCommerce extensions on WooCommerce and on our own site. And there are tons of plugins like that. Okay. Really, can we please get the projector working? Any luck? It's coming. Okay. Alright, okay. So fine. See, you can use WooCommerce on any kind of website. You can sell food, you can sell breakfast muesli online, you can sell music, you can sell underwear, you can sell software. You think about it, and you can sell it on WooCommerce. So you can use WooCommerce for online retail, physical goods, variations like t-shirts have different sizes and all. Ebooks, music, reservations, appointments, you can create a marketplace. You can basically sell anything and everything on WooCommerce. And that's the tagline also, sell anything, anywhere is the tagline for WooCommerce. Yeah, so we have that connection on. Very nice. Of the puzzle. Okay, there are a lot of other things that you need to figure out. These are the different components of that system. And if we talk about India, let's talk about Indian payment gateways because we think, India, if I want to sell, then what is it that I can use on it? How can I get money? So of course you can get money by goodie bags. You can ask people to send you money in person, come to my home, deliver me the money in cash. I don't have to pay. Better alternatives available. You can use PayPal, you can use 2Checkout, you can also use Razorpay, which is excellent payment gateway for India. And then you have a lot of other payment gateways as well. Okay. So don't do the goodie bag business. There are payment gateways available, lots of them. Product. Is my product a subscription, a recurring product? What are the ways in which my customers would like to buy my product? And that's something that you need to provide. So you need to focus on product display. Then you think about pricing, and how do you price it? Do you want to create sale? So like 20% off, 50% off. Do you want to do something like that, or do you want to do like coupons? We have a very popular plugin called Smart Coupons that lets you create and manage coupons and store credits and stuff like that. Very popular. Do you want to create offers, or do you want to create sales funnels? A sales funnel is where somebody buys one product and then you offer them another one. So it's like you go to McDonald's and then you say, okay, take burger. And then say, would you like fries with that? Or would you like a drink with that? Okay, that's upselling and cross-selling. So you can do something like this easily with WooCommerce. Okay, so you are getting more money from one customer. Okay, so first you need to get the customer in. Then you're thinking, okay, how can I maximize my value from one customer? Okay. So there are different ways you can do. You can do cart recovery. So a lot of people just add stuff to their cart and then they forget. Or they're like just browsing off on some other website and then they forget about things in your cart. So Type Software, one of our sponsors today, they have a cart recovery plugin. So you can just put that in and it will actually automatically send emails to people reminding them about stuff in their cart. And there are tons and tons of these secret sales tactics, stuff that big guys do, which you can do in WooCommerce also. For example, you can have a plugin which will tell people that, okay, these are the frequently bought together products. Or you can have that these are the recently viewed products. So then you nudge them to buy them. If they see it again and again, they're more likely to buy it. Just think about how you purchase. You saw something on Amazon or any other site, and then they keep showing you that picture, and they keep reminding you that this is something that you intended to buy, and one day you buy it. Okay. Or you show related products, or you have a wish list. So you let them add things to their wish list, and someday they'll buy it. Or you let them save something for later. So in their cart they've added their product, but they don't want to purchase it now. You can say, okay, save it for later, and that product gets saved to the later list, and then they can buy it again. So there are lots and lots of these small little things that you can do which will improve your conversion. Conversion is something, it's a technical term that says that how many % of people buy, visitors versus purchasers. So you increase conversion. That's something that you do to grow your sales. The next thing is very important, and Hari talked about it at the end. He talked about customer satisfaction, making people happy. Okay, so delighting your customers is something that is very, very crucial for you to succeed online. Okay, and how do you delight your customers in WooCommerce then? Okay, you provide them support, you'll answer their questions, but what else do you do? So the first thing that I would always recommend people doing WooCommerce is make sure that the user experience is friction-free. And what do I mean by that? So when they come to your website, okay, is it easy for them to find the product that they're looking for? Is it easy for them to add it to the cart? Is it easy for them to change it if they change their mind? Is it easy for them to check out? Make the payment, ship it, and done. Right? So make sure that your customer experience is friction-free. Okay. Then you do onboarding. Onboarding is that when they become your customer, then you will make sure that they get success soon. So if they bought your product today, then you can send them an email, let's say one day afterwards, and tell them this is how you use my product. Okay, and send them a sequence of emails so that they know how best to use your product. And then they are successful with your product. Because there is something called as buyer's remorse. Buyer's remorse means that you buy something and then you regret it. That I shouldn't have bought it. Okay. Buyer's remorse occurs because they are not successful with your product. Okay. You got to track how your business is doing, because if you don't track it, if you don't measure it, you can't succeed. And if you don't know your numbers, how are you going to succeed? You got to manage returns and refunds. So these are all day-to-day operations, and unless these day-to-day operations are in place, you may sell, but customers won't come back again, or they will basically, bad mouth you in the market that iska customer support अच्छा नहीं है, तो इसका product ठीक नहीं आता है, right? Go out in any marketplace and you will find the customer reviews. People are not happy. So if you want to make sure that your business succeeds, these are the 4 things that you want to make sure that you're taking care of. Okay. So that was winning with WooCommerce as a business. But a lot of you are developers. So what do you do to win as a developer in WooCommerce? So first thing is that if you're a developer and if you're an agency, you are likely providing services to these clients who are using WooCommerce. And a client will tell you that, okay, this is my requirement, this is what I want to do. And you will say, अच्छा, WooCommerce कर लो, ये हो जाएगा. But don't stop there. A good developer is somebody who will do the thing that you ask them to do, but will then suggest you improvements. Will then tell you that, okay, you can now do this, so that will grow your business further. Okay. And I've already told you 4 things that your clients need to focus on to grow their business. So you can tell them, okay, now we've done this website, and it's ready, and you've done the shipping methods, and you've done the payment gateways, and you've done all that. Now how can you reduce the friction that the customer faces? How can you increase conversions? How can you increase the customer's lifetime value? And all these questions will not only make your customer more successful, but it will also improve your own reputation in the market, and your customer will not leave you. Because At the end of the day, anybody who's running a business cares more about their business than all the technical things that you are fulfilling. So they are relying on you to do all those tech work. And if you can grow their business, they will pay you money. Tell me, if you made $1,000 worth of extra profit for a customer, would they be ready to pay you $100? Yes, no?
Yes.
Very likely, right? So make sure that your customers are successful, and then your success is guaranteed. Okay. So you as an agency, make sure that your customer's success. And I talked about a little bit of this in my WordCamp Bhopal presentation. But we as Indian developers fail for a lot of reasons. And one of them is that we have this jugaad mentality. So you all know what is jugaad mentality, right? Like quick fix, ले लो, कर लेंगे, quick fix, उसको तू पट्टी कर दो, चालू कर दो, लाइक कर दो, whatever. So any jugaad that you do will help you for that day. It will save your day. Jugaad is not bad. It will save your day. But that's not how you get to excellence. Okay, so jugaad won't build your business. So you got to focus on excellence. You got to focus on, you got to leave all the superficial things and you got to focus on being rigorous. So you got to get to the hard work. You got to do all the dirty work. You got to learn all the tricks. You got to practice it, and then you succeed. Okay. But if we have that excellence mentality, then we can be great developers. We can be great resources for our customers. So you do services, and then of course you can build plugins and themes. There is lots of plugins for WooCommerce, but still there is a lot of opportunity. The market is crowded. So if you're new and if you want to develop a plugin or theme, do not expect that your plugin or theme will become an overnight success just like that. Okay, you have to put in the hard work. Somebody was saying, you were asking about themes and silver, gold, etc. I think make sure that your product is good. If you are starting a business, you have to promote it anyways, whether it's WordPress or anything else.
Right.
And WordPress provides you a platform. Actually, you should be thankful that you are in this ecosystem if you're building a startup or if you're building a product in WordPress, because it gives you that exposure. If you put something on the WordPress repository, somebody will find it. Imagine you did it without WordPress. Then how do you make people find you? You just have to rely on Google, or then you have to start paid ads, or then you have to do all these offline marketing. You don't have to do that in WordPress because it does provide you that platform. Okay. So build WooCommerce plugins. Let's compete. May the best plugin win. But I welcome you to create WordPress and WooCommerce plugins. There is a ton of opportunity there. And always you can go beyond with the API. Build anything with API. You can build your own SaaS. You can build your own e-commerce. You can build your own marketplace. You can build anything with the WordPress API. Build a plugin, build a SaaS, build anything that you like. Plato, he said the beginning is the most important part of the work. And I hope this little bit, this 20-minute talk has been a good beginning for you. That you begin on WooCommerce if you haven't already begun, and if you're already doing something on WooCommerce, I invite you to leave the jugaad and get into excellence. Okay. So win with WooCommerce, do the right thing, and do it well. Love and respect for the winner in you. This is me. Thank you.
Presentation on the owners and the developers. What about the consultants? Like there are many people, non-technical people who are in with WooCommerce, right? They take care of like support. They might not be the members of Automatic or any company, right? They just go ahead and whatever they know, they try to help people with Facebook groups and WooCommerce support channels, right? So how do they win? Like obviously by giving good solutions, but what's the roadmap for them? A bit small one I would say.
So It's not just about WooCommerce, guys. You know, this is not just about WooCommerce. It's about you. It's about your business. It's about whatever you do. If you do the right thing, and by the right thing I mean not just doing something right. So there's a difference between doing something right and doing the right thing. Okay, so I'm talking about doing the right thing and then doing it well. A lot of times we engineers focus on doing something right. Like we focus on how this code will run optimally, or we focus on that, okay, this design has to look this pixel perfect. Guys, question it. Do I even need to write that code? Do I even need to do that design? Do I even need to do something? The question is not whether the task that you have is high priority or not low priority. The question is whether you're going to do it at all. Ask that question. And then you will figure out what's the right thing to do. So do the right thing and then do it well. Of course, don't do that jugaad. Do it right. Yeah. Any other questions? Yes.
Develop their mobile apps.
Yes.
So how is it feasible with the WooCommerce? I mean, if we have customers and they have their own store and they are getting good revenues, now all the data is into the database. Now they want to start their mobile apps. So what would be the best feasible solution for it?
So look at how Flipkart does it. Flipkart has all the data on their servers, and their mobile app actually makes a request to the server to bring the data in. Amazon does the same thing, and you can do the same thing because WooCommerce and WordPress have a well-defined API, and you can build your own.
We could have the web services, but the nature of the web services with the data structure of the WordPress tables, I mean, how is it feasible?
When you say feasible, what is the context? Feasible from the developer's perspective, from the business perspective?
For the developer's perspective.
Developer's case, it's very easy. Because you have that API. See, the good thing about WordPress is that you have a very defined and generic data structure. Now, what you stuff into it is up to you. So you can create your own schema. Okay? And that's what custom post types are about. So you can create your own schema. You can add more things to WooCommerce. That's what all the plugins do. And then all this data will be available via the API. So then you can say, okay, this field that I have is a custom field of mine, and this is how I need to show it in the mobile app. And you can then write the logic. So it's fairly simple. As a matter of fact, there are some startups and businesses who have this kind of a mobile app business. So you take their whatever SDK or tool, and they will create a mobile app out of your WordPress website, or even WooCommerce. So there are some people already doing that.
Thank you.
So I have a couple of questions. The first one is related to solution that is not built on WordPress. It is a specialized e-commerce solution. That's my first question.
Right.
My second question is for someone who is looking to start a small e-commerce, as I think Tejaswini was speaking about her mom's story. Do we have any success stories for that in India for small e-commerce stores?
Okay, so there are lots. That's where, and a lot of them are successful. I mean, I'm not much aware about the physical goods and all that, but I know in WordPress, there are lots of people who use WordPress and WooCommerce to sell their WordPress plugins. For example, we do that. We actually use WooCommerce even to sell our SaaS product, for example. And people make a lot of money. People do make a lot of money. It's not about WooCommerce or WordPress. It's about your product. It's about how it solves the customer's problem. So that's one aspect. There are lots of success stories, not one. And the first question is about scalability. So scalability is a very it depends on a lot of things. So I would say I would stick with WooCommerce and WordPress for as long as it can handle it. So I would use all the different things for scaling, caching, whatever I can do to scale my WooCommerce. If WooCommerce or WordPress itself is becoming a scalability problem, for example, the generic data structure is becoming a problem, then what I would do is I would create my own data structure within WordPress that can scale. Okay. So I would exhaust all my options with WordPress and WooCommerce to scale before building out another system. Because if you cannot do it with WordPress and WooCommerce, I wouldn't think any other generic system would do that as well. Okay, so then you'll have to go build something of your own, which is a different ballgame. Even in that case, I would probably take WooCommerce as a base and fork it and create something else, because that would again be a lot of development. So I hope that answers the question. But there are a lot of other scalability things that we can do. And in the interest of time, before these guys drag me off stage, what we will do is we'll stop here. And
yeah, we can have one last question, and then others, whoever are having question for Nirav, can go to Happiness Bar, and Nirav can.
right.
Yeah.
So and it's not just me. There are a lot of people here who are WooCommerce experts as well. Where is Vachan? Yeah. So Vachan is there. He can answer your WooCommerce question. Where is the type software team? Vishal and team. They can answer your WooCommerce questions. Where is StoreF? My team. My team is here. They can answer your WooCommerce questions. Who else? Camp, a lot of guys would be able to answer WooCommerce questions, right? So there are a lot of people here. There are a lot of people who can answer WooCommerce questions. That doesn't mean I'm telling you, shoo, don't come to me. You can come to me, right? But make sure that you get your questions answered. If I'm busy talking with somebody, you can go catch somebody else, and then they'll be very happy to answer your questions. Okay, but win, right? Let's win.
Yes, let's go with last question.
Oh, last question. Yes.
Hi, Nirav.
Hi.
जैसे मैं इंट्रोडक्शन दिया था कि हम लोग 2006 में फोन पे बात किया था और आज फेस टू फेस सामने डायरेक्ट मिले. Was great looking after your 15 year. Question is related to this WooCommerce, where how many products basically can sustain with the WooCommerce, like the scalability है.
Right.
तो मान लो 2000 प्रोडक्ट है, 4000 प्रोडक्ट है. Can this WooCommerce supports can sustain with the performance where the MySQL standards as well as the WordPress platform for the WooCommerce?
Right. So his question is, how many products can you have on your store? Again, depends. But if you're running a good hardware, Tarun, what's the number of variations we've tested Smart Manager with?
1 lakh.
Well, but we tested with 2 million also, right? The WooCommerce store. So if you have up to like 2 million variations, variations is more complicated than simple products. You'll run fine if you just have good hardware. Okay. We see typically when we support customers, we have people who have 10,000, 20,000, 40,000 variations of their products day in and day out. So there are tons of people who do that. So if you have 2,000, 4,000 products, piece of cake. Should not be a problem. Thank you.
Thank you, Nirav.